Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 13th and final episode of Bokutachi wa Benkyou ga Dekinai. And that's sad to say this is the final episode, but the good news is there is supposed to be a second season, which is obviously fantastic news. I enjoyed this show quite a bit, one of my favorites of the season, no doubt. So I will be sure to watch the second season whenever that comes out, so we can all just kind of look forward to that together. So anyway, what happened in the last episode? We had Nariyuki and Urika just trying to make up with each other. Things are a little bit awkward, and yet Furuhashi just doing her best to help, which is what she does. I mean, occasionally she might get a little bit mixed up because she's just trying to help so many people at once, but even in those situations, she still manages to help. So Furuhashi, the real MVP of the anime. So yeah, this is the final episode. Hopefully it's a good one, and let's get into it and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. Sekijo. Haven't seen her much. I would say that's a yes. I think she would be more than happy to. What, do you think you're being pranked? Or, no, she thought she was talking to someone else. Okay. Well, that changed mood quickly. Oh, she wasn't the only one. Okay. That awkward moment when you realize it's not a date. Well, oh wow, those legs. We should have fun anyway. Well, that's a fair assumption. I don't believe you. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, do you not see her in her outfit? I mean, I do. I think she got on board pretty quickly there, and wow, she looked good in that top. But, this was a great idea, I have to agree. You know, just shove them all into her face at once, okay? I think this is the first time. But, it's okay. I'm sure we all had fun. Yeah, Yuiga can handle it, but not her. Not experienced enough. So you invite Nariyuki to your pajama study sessions is what you're saying. Yeah, I know, right? Sekijo knows what's up. Yuiga the best tutor. Yes. You just had to say the G word, didn't you? Just had to say it. We're still kind of debating who gets that title, so it might be a bit of a... not something you want to really bring up, unless you want an interesting discussion to follow. And this is the last time we'll see this opening. I assume Season 2 will have a different one. They usually do. Or they always do, really. Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a single case where the Season 2 had the same opening. And I mean actual Season 2, not shows that just span more than 13 episodes. That's not exactly the same thing, that's just a long Season 1. And even most of those still have a second opening after 13 or 14 episodes. But yeah, I'm so glad Sekijo is being involved, because I like Sekijo a lot for a minor character. Probably is my favorite minor character. Like my favorite non-harem member girl, if that makes sense. I would say Sekijo is my favorite. She had just a little bit we got of her in this episode was great. The realization that it wasn't a one-on-one sleepover, that was pretty great. But then she realized it was going to be fun anyway, so seeing her mood go up and down was quite fun. And she really did look good in her pajamas, if that's what those were. The light in a genius's eye is all X. That lewd. What were those masks? A small child. Be careful, you might step on it. Oh, this is siblings. Well, it's not like you can tell anyone no, so it's all good. I want down. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before you run into one or all of your harem anyway, so that'll make things more exciting. And there we go, right on cue. Who could have seen that coming? Just hide behind Furuhashi, maybe he won't see you. Yes, but his best little sister's not here. Cute. You really blush it back there, aren't you, Uruka? Oh. I know, he's found me. I'd say look pretty nice. I hope you're not wearing anything underneath them, because that is unacceptable. Yes. What exactly call Uruka Yamato Nadeshiko? At least not, you know, physically, but I mean the tan kind of ruins that a little bit. Well, that's a difference of mood. I am as well. You look great. She's always had a strong Otome aura, so yes, mom knows what's up. She knows what's for the best, and like they're all on the same page over there. Silly you, forgetting those things. I guess now we have to leave those two alone. Well, she was kind of thrown into that one. So, now it's basically a date. But this show really does feel like Uruka's gotten the most, has been pushed the most into Yuiga, you know? Like, right now, those two are the easiest to ship with each other because of how the show has gone. Yeah, let's not get arrogant. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that was so cute. Out of your tongue? Yes. Oh, it must be for someone from the maid cafe. Oh no, it's oh, it's his father. Father, that was my second guess. Calm down, people. Everyone will get food eventually. Just getting undressed over there, Ogata. Yeah, he's an adult. He's got this. Oh damn, it's a lot to carry. Maybe somebody should help. Oh, well, that's not good. She's good with a knife. That always should be concerning in a potential girlfriend, because if she makes a yandere switch, it can be hard to handle. Just having fun by herself, eating food. Oh yeah, you liked those, didn't you? Yeah, we were basically full-on delivery mode. Hey, at least this way we get to see all the sights and areas of the festival. Ooh. Well, don't mind if I do. Yuiga would never say no to free stuff. Fidget. Just let him put it in your mouth. Right there in front of everyone. Okay. Oh wow. It looks so bad. That's not how I pictured it, but okay. We took that scene very differently. I kind of want a gif of that now. Ooh, shooting galleries, so it's probably Asumi doing this, right? Or... Man, my guesses just have not been on point at all this episode. But again, since it was my second guess. I want Asumi to show up, okay? I keep looking for excuses for her to be involved. Yeah, how if she wears a mask, you can't tell if she's a beauty or not. I mean, she is, but uh, but yeah, we know who that is. That's totally sensei. Nobody else has long hair like that. That I don't know who that is. Ow! Oh, come on. Well, ow! That really is bad. Man, you just are so unlucky, aren't you? Yeah, some real blended in there. uh, really? I mean, that's everything you two have been through. Yeah, exactly. I think it's fine. Yes, you are. And yes, she is. And there's Asumi. I knew she'd show up eventually. As small and cute as always. Wish was a girl with that doctor over there. Oh, I mean, yeah, he's pretty good at taking care of her, so... Let's just, of course. Are you really an adult? Okay, let's get this done. Just gotta make a great noise when you start, right? Well, I mean, that's where her most adult set would be, down there. Good luck on that one. There we go. I knew we'd get a cute squeal. I was not disappointed. Oh, that would be so satisfying. To make your hot teacher squeal like that. Don't drop your food. Or your phone. Well, you don't want to walk home like that, so... Yes, you are, but I like you anyway. Oh, a crying child. Let's avoid it. We're not going to avoid it our way. We're going to help it. Yeah, I guess we're just going to have to be late. It's okay. I'll help you. It's not like I had anything better to do, you know? It's okay. Nothing better to do. I didn't have to help a crying child. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I kind of did too. Oh. Well, if you insist, I think I could... Oh. Don't do that to me! I was always trying to make new entrances in during my schedule. But fine then, I guess I'll go with someone else. Be that way. Oh no, another lost child. These things are everywhere. And he's definitely not gonna leave her alone. Kana, where are you? There we go. Whenever Kana has a sister named Kanji. That mister. Yes, they were both helped. So, so Brad, I can't really read it, but I assume we'll run into Furuhashi. I'm almost positive you will. Just considering how connected these plotlines are. And there she is, in the shadows. A little bit scary, but it's just Furuhashi. Don't worry. You'd recognize that flatness anywhere. Well, that's cute, so I don't think he would mock you for it or anything. uh, People say that, but clearly it's just to hide your own silliness from others. So, yeah, I don't think so either. Let's just hitchhike home then. Don't get lost in the stars again, Furuhashi. I know you'll do it. So watch out for that, Yuiga. Did you hurt yourself? Good thing you guys first aid training now. Not even a karaoke place? Whatever shall we do? Oh. Well, naturally, it's not quite a love hotel, but it's more or less same thing at this point. I know, right? No, don't be that way. I know, right? It's a little bit indecent, a little bit shameless. Okay, I guess that's the excuse you have to use. I mean, I've seen that excuse used in this situation in at least a couple other anime. Okay, One-chan, let's go to our hotel room together. I mean, yeah, it's because, you know, kind of like being married in a way. Yeah, we're in too deep now. Of course. Of course. Talk about a win-win. Yeah, we're siblings, you know, we usually sleep together and cuddle, it's fine. We have very close siblings. I mean, we're anime siblings after all, so. Well, okay, so, this is super awkward, I love it. If only the others could find out about this. I think what you mean to say is you wish you brought protection. Come on, Fudo, come on up. You gotta fight for the ideal situation here. Well, that's a weird dream. Ow. How about you both just get in bed and stop being so worried about it? I think you should. Yeah, I didn't think you did. Yeah, he would not do anything. He'd probably lay at the far end of the futon, if anything. Love the hair playing. Yeah, I mean, what's one more sister, really? He's got plenty. One of which that does, you know, I would want to share a futon with him. So, should be nothing new here. Because she's an anime girl and they smell like perfection. I mean, you're pretty close to touching, just a little bit of scooting over and you'll get there. Oh. Well, that was some touching. That was definitely some touching. There's only one thing I would be thinking about in the situation. What? Stars? Yeah. I guess that would distract her. Wow, the stars make her blush more than Yuiga does. And I'm sure she knows all about this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you know, all that stuff. Doesn't everyone know about that stuff? You're especially beautiful tonight. Well, I assumed it was a book. Good for him. Spiritual teleportation. Little Furuhashi, she's so small. And yet her hair's still kind of long. That was his takeaway from that? Oh. Dude, I'm not saying you're special, I'm just saying you're as good as everyone else. But yeah, I guess I understand your point. You should probably start working on that. Your dream should be to get the harem ending, because you're on the path towards it. Gotta keep going down straight. Don't diverge in any one route, just get them all. I knew I could trust in Furuhashi One-chan. Yeah, we have time to worry about that. Is the girl next to me? Oh. I think she is. So, what do we do now? You gotta make this sad, don't you? Uh... Yeah. I guess that explains a lot. Wow, they are pretty close. Couple of high schoolers go to a inn together, sleep in the same futon, and then they hold hands, you know. Doesn't get much more pure than that, I guess. Well, that's some serious doki doki. Yeah, you did technically sleep together, so... Oh, wow. Super embracing, that's something. Yeah. How are you going to explain to them that you slept together, but it wasn't anything weird, you know? Good luck on that one. So, I guess Furuhashi stuff is what we do end off on. Which is fine. She spends a lot of time helping the others, so it seems nice that she was able to have that last scene to herself. I do expect it to be a stinger, so we'll see what that's about. But yeah, very nice episode. It's just kind of funny to think about the amount of, you know, is coincidences the right word? That had to happen for the situation to even, like, happen. You know, the whole both of them helping a lost child, both of them missing the train, both of them, you know, they went to a inn together, they only had one room, they only had one futon. You know, just the amount of things that had to happen to make that situation happen, which is kind of crazy. Okay, it's okay, yeah, that's Furuhashi there, so the other one's gotta be Yuiga. How was last night? I mean, there's plenty of things you could say there. But Suzuku, yeah, to be continued. So, I mean, it didn't straight up say there was a season 2 there, but that's usually what it means when it says that. So, that was the 13th and final episode of Bokutachi wa Benkyou ga Dekinai. And this episode, we basically went to a festival together. It was a lot of fun. And I mean, before that, I guess I should talk about that stuff first, because that was still, it was short, but it was still pretty good. We actually had a little bit of Sekijo. We had Ogata invite her over to her place, you know. It's like, hey, you want to spend the night at my place? She's like, well, of course I do. I'll pack my bags. Like, yeah, I'll head right over there. And then she's just like so excited for it. And I mean, she tries to play it off cool, like, well, if you insist, I guess I could go over to your house. But she was very excited, quite clearly. And then we just get to see that like descend into like, yeah, I was misled. I was not told there would be other girls here. That would just be you and me having fun together all night. But then there's these other two girls that I barely know that just kind of here. Why are they ruining my alone time with Ogata? How dare they? But they called it Girls Galore Pajama Study Session at Rizurin's house. So it's quite a mouthful, but yeah, Furuhashi pointed out how long the title is, and yeah, they all looked pretty good in their pajamas. Like, just especially Sekijo. Like, was it even supposed to be pajamas? Like, it doesn't really look like it. It looks like it could be a regular outfit. But I don't know. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on female clothing, but you know, I liked it. That's my main thing there. But it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, why do they invite her? Well, you always stare at her, so I figured you'd want to, you know, be a part of this. And then she tries to once again be like, no, I don't do that. Don't be silly. Like, I'm just happen to be the same place as her. I just happen to be looking at her in her direction, you know? It's not like I like her or anything, baka. So, kind of just going full Tsundere there. But, but yeah, once you got a good look at Ogata in her pajamas, she is like, you know what, this was a fantastic idea. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. That's kind of what her final takeaway was, you know, near the end there. I don't understand this character's emotions. Nothing new there for Ogata. But they all basically like, hey, Sekijo, can you help me out with this? You're basically Yuiga, right? We can just shove our problems in your face and you'll solve them for us. But no, they just kind of took her down like a KO. So yeah, Sekijo is not Yuiga. That's kind of the main takeaway from that little bit there. But just kind of talking about how wonderful Yuiga is and how perfect he is and all that sort of thing, how lucky they are to have him. And then they went to the festival. And he went with his family initially, but as anyone could predict, he ran into his harem. Well, two members of his harem right away, Furuhashi and Uruka. And Furuhashi's still kind of playing matchmaker, trying to make the one-on-one between Uruka and Yuiga happens. Like, oh, well, I think I forgot something. Oh, I'm going to go bye-bye. And what he actually did was just find somewhere to sit down and eat snacks and look at the stars, because that's life right there for Furuhashi. But, see. Oh, okay. I think I kind of missed that line the first time. Yeah, the body type that looks good in a yukata was, and that's why she got angry, because the flatter you are, the better you look in yukata. I think that's what they're trying to say there. That's why she was upset. I kind of missed the ball on that one, but I did like seeing how cute Uruka was in that same scene. She was just so happy there and all that, so. Anyway, that got them together. And, yeah, Uruka acting all cute with the whole pink tongue thing. I like that bit there. And then it was just a matter of running to the individual harem members and kind of helping them out with their problems, with whether it be Ogata, you know, with the booth that they had, or the medical stuff with Asumi's family. You know, we just did a bunch of that kind of stuff. And also ran into Sensei, who had a mask on, you know, the mask of beauty, just shooting everything. And he's like, hey, is that you, Sensei? Oh no, I've been found. And she ran away and fall and hurt herself, as she so often does. She really drops the ball as far as coming across as a mature older woman goes. Like, she just has all these little failures, whether it be having a messy room, or leaving her house having to wear a school uniform, or falling over, or, you know, falling and spilling water everywhere when she's trying to be a maid. Like, she really does, you know, that sort of thing happens to her a lot. So, you know, it's just kind of awkward for her, I guess, because that's probably not how she wants to keep being viewed by Yuiga, but things like that just keep happening. And he ends up having to carry her all the way to the medical booth on his back, and she's like, oh no, this is so horrible, so embarrassing. And he's like, really? I mean, we did this before, but oh yeah, I guess you didn't remember that. But that was a lot more embarrassing. And back then you were complimenting me, praising me on my ability to breathe. It was pretty weird. I appreciated it, you know. I'll take whatever compliments I can get, but it was still a little bit weird. That was kind of what he was thinking there. So, you know, a lot of fun all around. Sensei definitely looked good in her yukata. I mean, they all did, really. I mean, Fudashi especially because she's got that, delicious flat chest going on, even though she doesn't seem to be a big fan of it. But I think she should be. It's definitely a good thing. Even, I mean, not everyone may agree on that, but it is a good thing. It certainly is. But anyway, yeah, Yuiga and Furuhashi both helping a small child that was lost, both, related to each other like siblings, so of course that's the case. They both got late for the train, they both met up. They went to an inn together because they weren't going to be able to walk home like that, especially not in those shoes, so they went to an inn together, and then they only had one room. Yuiga was like, "Oh, well, I can't possibly share a room with a girl. Like that's indecent. Like that, we must find somewhere else." But Yuiga, no, you have any idea how far away the next inn is? And there's no taxis or even cars driving by. We have to do this. Stop being such a prude. We gotta just do this. And then the lady behind the desk was like, "Oh, are you guys high schoolers? I mean, I don't think you should share a room. That's probably not a good thing." Like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're siblings." Yeah, so nothing inappropriate will go on in that bedroom because we're siblings, even though that's not really true in anime all the time. But the point is, that was the excuse we were using. And then she's like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Well, come right this way. I'll send you to your room." Like, "Oh, by the way, we only have like one futon. You two have to share, but you're probably fine with that, right? You're siblings, so it's okay. So I'll just discount the room or something to make up for it. So anyway, good night, you two." And then at that point, Yuiga was probably stressing out a little bit. I mean, they both were really, because that's quite a bold step in their relationship, I would say. So there was some debate about what they would do, but in the end, decided to both share it and face away from each other, what seems like a good idea if you're trying to avoid anything happening until your butts kind of press up against each other. Then it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit when that happens. But we did use the stars to distract Furuhashi, which works because she loves the stars, so that did a good job there. So that was a nice little moment, and got a little bit of insight into her character and backstory in regards to her mother and all that, and some association she now kind of has with her mother and the stars and all that. So yeah, definitely it's a good glimpse into her character, which I appreciate a lot. Furuhashi is one of my favorite characters in the show. I mean, they're all pretty much my favorite characters in the show. It's just kind of one of those shows where there aren't really any bad girls, any worse girl. They're just some girls that are less good than others, is all it really comes down to. But they're all good. They're all definitely good. But yeah, I'd say Furuhashi definitely was her episode. She had the most importance, the most relevance. But I do like how pretty much all the hair members got at least some time. Like, nobody was really forgotten, I don't think. We had Ogata, Sensei, Asumi, the boyfriend ruse is still going on with the Asumi thing. And of course, Uruka a little bit there. We had a little bit of nice stuff with Uruka. So yeah, I don't think anybody was really left out. I mean, obviously not all the side characters were there, but that's to be expected. But all the actual hair members, I think, had a little bit of time to shine there, which is good. Is good. But I like how Sensei was supposed to blend in, and her idea of blending in was wearing a mask and being amazing at a shooting game. Yeah, real blending in there. You're not standing out at all. It's not like that long hair gives you away or anything. But yeah, once again, Sensei just kind of dropping the ball. She does that a lot, really. But yeah, so that was a pretty fun night together they had. I think Yuiga probably had a lot of fun there. Obviously, much embarrassment was experienced the next day, but I'm sure it was a lot of fun, and I do genuinely hope the rest of the harem finds out about that at some point. Like, it just kind of slips up in a conversation. Like, hey, remember that one festival thing? Yeah, when we went home from the inn together the night after, like saying something like that. I kind of want a scene like that at some point in season 2. It would be quite nice to get something like that, because I would just love to see the reaction to what had happened there. That would be just amazing. But yeah, I like the episode. It's pretty good. I like Yuiga giving medical treatment to Sensei. Her, cute yelps that she was doing. Oh yeah, and Ogata eating the candied apple or whatever. That was great too. That was pretty good too. I can't believe I almost forgot to mention that. That was a good scene. And yeah, there's a lot of things I like about this final episode. I mean, it may not have been the most conclusive episode ever, but I can definitely accept that when a season 2 is supposed to come at some point. And yeah, I definitely am not bothered by not feeling too much like a final episode. I mean, it felt a little bit like a final episode because of like how everyone got a little bit of time in it in that regard. But still, if I didn't already know this was the final episode, I wouldn't have been able to like guess it was the final episode, if that makes sense. But since there's a season 2 on the way eventually, it's all good. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But otherwise, it would bother me a little bit. Okay, just one quick little skim through to see if there's anything else I wanted to mention on this episode before I talk about the show as a whole. Well, I did like how they were kind of, having fun with that whole pretending to be siblings thing. Like, leave it to big sister, she'll be there for you, or whatever she said. But, yeah. So, my thoughts on the series as a whole. Like I said, I love this series quite a bit. One of my favorites of the season, without a doubt. I honestly don't know why it's not more popular than it is, because it is really, really good. It has a lot going for it. Like I said, a great cast of girls. No one's really bad. Nobody's like, oh great, this character gets screen time. There's nobody like that. All of them like, hey, cool, this person gets a chance to have some relevance, So yeah, I like that a lot. Even though it did feel a little bit unbalanced towards Uruka. A little bit, but since Uruka is kind of still my favorite-ish, I have no real problem with that. And Yuiga, when it comes to harem anime protagonists, they're kind of hit or miss. Some of them are more tolerable than others. I mean, harem anime, you don't watch it for the male protagonists, obviously, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess, if it's kind of a mediocre one. But sometimes they can definitely have a negative impact on a show. But this one, Yuiga, he's not like super dense. He's not really super indecisive or super cowardly or any of those negative traits that some harem protagonists might have. He's a pretty smart guy that is doing his best to help these girls out because it's the job he was given. He has his own personal goals that helping them helps him with as well. And he's doing his best as his job while also getting close to them, but trying not to, try not to ruin anything with this. I don't know, my phrase I was trying to say kind of weird there. But the point is, like, he's not trying to make anything happen through these individual studying sessions. Like, he's not out there to get a girlfriend, but at the same time, he's not like... I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm even trying to say here. The point is, he's doing his... I guess what I'm trying to say is he's doing his best to kind of keep all this circle of friends going. Trying not to go branch off in any one direction, trying to keep it the status quo because it makes the most sense because he's going out to continue to interact with all these girls because of the studying. And if he was going out with one of them as his boyfriend-girlfriend and they were still all together in group study sessions or whatever, that would be maybe a little bit awkward. So I guess that's kind of what I was trying to say there. But yeah, the individual girls are pretty good. You got Ogata, the glasses girl. He was good at like math and science and stuff, but she wants to pursue, more the literary type stuff. And she struggles with it, though. That's not where her talent lies. Sensei wants her to pursue her talent. Other people want her to pursue her talent. And she doesn't. She wants to pursue what she actually wants to do. And that's kind of the overarching theme of the whole show. Pretty much every girl has a similar problem. You have Furuhashi that's good at the literary stuff, but not like, math and science, and she's struggling with that as well. Pretty much every main girl has a similar type of struggle that Yuiga helps them with. Yuiga being on the opposite spectrum of opinion than Sensei, who was a previous tutor, or one of the previous tutors. And the girls kind of had a bit of a complex as a result. Basically, they're really worried about... They believe every tutor will eventually abandon them and say, well, this is a lost cause. Maybe you should go do that one thing you're actually good at. Like, they're all worried about Yuiga turning into that direction, because that's what their previous tutors have done. And he kind of got close to kind of doing that a little bit, but no, in the end, he decided to be on their side. Like, you know what? This is what you want to do, then give it a real shot. So he ended up bumping heads with Sensei as a result of that. But the girls definitely appreciated having a tutor that's really on their side. Because, you can get where someone like Sensei is coming from in regards to that. Because if you want to have success, doing what you're good at is the easiest way to easiest way to get there, the most guaranteed success. But success is kind of a vague thing. Like, can you really call it success if you're not happy doing what you're doing, And they want to do what will make them happy, so it's all just a matter of opinion. There's really no right answer here. It just depends on what you believe, and there are different beliefs here. So he bumps heads with Sensei as a result. And speaking of Sensei, she was definitely one of the more interesting characters in the show, because when it starts out, the show started out, she came across as very cold, like Yuiga, this kid. Why is he trying to help them do what they want to do? Like, what is this nonsense? Principal, chairman, whatever you are, why don't you tell him to stop that? Like, and make him stop. Like, this is ridiculous, trying to help them out do what they want to do when they should be doing what I told them to do because I know better. I just did not like Sensei at first. She just came across as I just did not like her at all. But, after I made comments about not liking her, people made sure to step up and say, hey, just so you know, she definitely gets better later on. And I heard about how some people, she's their favorite character, and I'm just like, are you people serious? Are we talking about the same character? Like, did you not see the way this woman was acting? Like, what about her is possibly likable? And then, like, half a dozen episodes later, we got Sensei in a maid outfit spilling water on herself and all that good stuff. And eventually I was like, you know what? I kind of get it. I think I get it now. This is definitely a different side of her that, because the reason why she was unlikable before is because as the audience, all we saw was what she was projecting out to others. Like, and there's, always two different sides of a person. And this is especially true in Japanese culture. I don't remember the specific word for it, but they have a word for, like, the mask that you project, your public face and then your private face. I wish I could remember the actual Japanese terms for it, but anyway, it's that sort of thing where clearly that's the kind of person that she wants to come across as, strong and cold and all that. But then when you actually get to see her in her private life and trying to do things and the struggles that she has, you get to see behind that mask and what's really back there, which is kind of a bit of a silly, clumsy, cute girl that doesn't really have much experience with men or anything like that, and is just trying to do her best to help out her students as best she knows how to. And if that combined with just all the fun, silly, sometimes lewd situations that she gets herself into, she just became a lot more likable as a result. So yeah, at this point I could say Sensei is one of my favorites. I wouldn't say she's my top favorites, but it's really hard to say. Like, Uruka's been my favorite for a while, but by the time the show ended, it kind of feels like a three-way tie of favorites between Uruka, Furuhashi, and Sensei. I really don't know how to rank those three, but they would probably be at the top. I don't know. It's really hard to choose favorites in the show. I think Ogata would probably be my least favorite of the pair member just because, I don't know, she just felt the most neglected to me out of the main girls in the main show. Like, I don't think we got a lot of her compared to some of the others. Like, even Furuhashi, even though she wasn't, like, fighting for her route much in the show, and she was doing more of helping others, she was still, like, helping others. It was still being active in a way. Whereas Ogata really didn't do a lot compared to some of the other girls. Asumi showed up late, and I still feel like she had comparable screen time to Ogata, if that makes sense. I could be wrong, Obviously, be sure to share your opinions on the show and my opinion. Also, feel free to share your opinions on my opinions on the show as well, if you disagree with any of that. Because I did watch the show week by week, so it's kind of hard to have an overarching view of the show when you do that, as opposed to binging it. But I feel like Ogata was a little bit neglected compared to some of the other characters. But anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought there. I think it was, the point is, the girls are great, but if I had to choose the least favorite, it'd probably be Ogata, but not because I don't like her, but because she just didn't stand out as much as the other girls, and she just didn't have as much to do. And, I'm not a big fan of glasses anyway, or large chests, so she also had those kind of weighing her down a little bit. But anyway, I definitely still liked her, though. I don't want anyone to think I disliked her, because I know the internet likes to look at things in a very black and white way. But anyway, the point is, the girls were great. Yuiga's interactions with them were great. There were a lot of funny moments, a lot of silly moments, a lot of crazy moments. The most memorable thing with Ogata was definitely the bath thing, when she kind of dropped the ball on putting the sign up that says they're cleaning it, so they were both in, like, the girls' bath when the girls walked in. That was probably the only real scene I remember too much with Ogata in it. I think but beyond that, she just didn't really have that much relevance. I guess that and the kiss thing, but I kind of bundled that all together. But, that was definitely a good moment, because that kind of really really showed how great Sekijo was, because Sekijo did help him throughout that situation. Like, hey, girls, a distraction. Oh, where? Then he's like, oh, you can come out now. Then he comes out like, oh, wow, you really were there. Okay, so you might want to leave now and stop staring at me, okay? I'm only wearing a towel. Just leave. I know this isn't really your fault, so I'm not going to yell at you or anything, but just leave and stop looking at me. So that was one of the coolest moments for Sekijo, I would say. Like, definitely the coolest moment for Sekijo. And I liked her a lot ever since then. And I think I liked her a little bit before then as well. But she just, I like her. She's definitely my favorite of the non-harem girls, for sure. And that was especially brought up to the surface because of what we got in this last episode here. With the whole just sleepover thing. Just, that was fun. I'm glad Sekijo had a little bit of time to shine before the show ended. Even though she's not a main harem member, she still had at least one scene like that, which I appreciate the show writers giving that to us. So I like that a lot. But anyway, yeah, that was a really crazy moment when you have Yuika just like down there while the girl's like naked sitting on top of the bench, and just, yeah, pretty crazy situation to be in. But there were a lot of other crazy situations throughout the show. We had, well, one thing that was one of my favorite parts of the show was when Yuiga was talking to Sensei in like the what would you call it, counselor room? I don't know. Anyway, he was in there talking to her, and then the girls one by one kept in there to go in there and like try to defend Yuiga, but it just kept digging him a bigger hole. Especially Uruka, they didn't even really do much. She's like, hey, well, I know that really lewd thing happened between us, but it's no big deal, okay? Like, I know I'm heavily paraphrasing, but just Uruka was definitely the best that we got from that. And of course, the bath studying was pretty crazy. That was a fun one. That was, mistakes were made on that episode, but it was good. It was definitely good. Let's see, what else can I think of off the top of my head? I mean, we had the belly stuff with Furuhashi, which was great. We had let's see. Can't really think of any others off the top of my head. But anyway, the point is we had a lot of those scenes. Every episode of the show was honestly pretty enjoyable because we had, fun scenes like that in them. And great girls being a part of it. And just, I like the show. I like the show. What more can you really say on it beyond that? And of course, the little bits with the Brocon sister were fun as well. She didn't get much actual real screen time, but she was always kind of mentioned in those mid cards and stuff. Like when she noticed that Yuika had a card from a maid cafe, and she's like, "Oh, he's into maids. I'll make a note of this," and all that. So that was nice. But yeah, I really liked the show, and I can't wait to get more. And when we get more, I will watch it. I will react to it as long as my channel is still a thing. And I hope to see you then when that happens. So until then. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.